Hello everyone, my name is Durden77, bringing you another Dragon Ball Legends video because I play this game way too much and I need to talk to someone before I go insane about it. Today I'm going to bring you another team to look at. Like I said, I'm making these videos regarding teams that some people might not really realize can be strong options in their own way. So today I'm talking about a team that I've been really interested in talking about. I was super intrigued with, I've been super intrigued with for a while, and I was very surprised once I used it how well it worked, is mono blue. That's right, just one blue color, big old blue dabba-dee, dabba-da. You're probably thinking, Durden, your head is pretty big on your body. You're sounding pretty dumb right now. Why would you bring just a mono blue team in to fight? Because the green is going to shred you up. Well, to a certain extent, there is some truth to that. However, what I have discovered a lot in this meta right now is that generally speaking, you're only going to be fighting one green at the most at a time. The big ones are Green Cooler, who, along with Blue Cooler, is very powerful nowadays. Or at least an extremely kind of support powerful character. You're gonna have Green Vegeta, who is also a big one, and probably the biggest bane of this team's existence. That character is really good. And also, you get your Bardox, a couple of others, maybe a Yamcha if you're feeling a little frisky, things of that nature. But this team with its massive amount of buffs, you can see right here, 2219, which is just huge, along with its interesting utility of characters that all work together really well, can typically handle one green. And if that green does get handled, typically this team is going to run through the rest of the team like a tidal wave, like a blue tidal wave, if you will. Yeah, let's get into it. This team, when my previous video was more about purple, red, which had so much like interconnected synergy, but this team is a little bit more freeform. So as far as active fighters, it can pretty much be anybody on the team. I honestly even think the EX Trunks and EX Goten would be great options once they get fully up to 498 in certain situations. But generally speaking, you're going to be switching between Kaioken Goku, who is essential for this team, and pretty much any blue-based team regardless. This guy is just way good. And the main thing is that he can cut damage as well, so if he needs to kind of tank some green hits, he can, as well as get his banish bar back and, outmaneuver a green. You got Deborah, and the rest of the interchangeable guys are going to be Deborah, 18, and Krillin, believe it or not. Krillin is, in my opinion, still a great support character. Some of his stuff is lacking, but his stats are really not that bad. You look at his blast attack, and it's still one of the best in the game. Solid defense stats, key restore speed is garbage. But the main thing about him is he's just there to kind of switch in and switch out, because he gives you that 15% damage buff, which is really good, especially for characters like Kaioken Goku, whose damage can get so high, and then you boost that even higher. That's sometimes what you need to be able to handle the green. Also, if he works with Goku, he gets extra health for himself. And his amazing main ability, which can heal everybody and kill the enemy's key recovery for 5 counts. They just can't charge ki. It's awesome. Krillin, not only working with Goku gets that extra buff, but working with 18, if you happen to go up to a heavy hybrid team, especially like a future team these days, she naturally gets 40% strike damage inflicted to hybrids, but if you bring Krillin along with her, she gets an extra 30%, so her damage against hybrids can just get stupid. A lot of times if I'm going up against a hybrid heavy future team, I'll bring 18 Krillin and Goku. Pretty much, like I said, the only one I would say is essential that you should probably bring in every single match is Kaioken Goku. The others you can kind of switch up. One of my personal favorites is Krillin, Deborah, and Kaioken. I just think that those three work together really well. Deborah's blast card works well with Krillin, and it's a paralyzed card, so it's just amazing to have, as well as his extra special is really great for Kaioken to have, to keep refilling his vanish gauge, which can just make him a problem to deal with. It's also good for 18 to have too, for the same reason, just refilling that vanish gauge over and over. But really, there's not a whole lot to say about this team, except this team is good, and I'm going to be showing a video of me playing with this team at a pretty high level, to let you know just kind of, this totally works. Now the thing is, you know, I'm not gonna sit here and say like, oh, this team is better than, you know, the movies team, or like, oh my gosh, mono blue trumps all. No, you have to outplay your opponent with this team. When you're playing with this team, you have to be able to actually play better than the person you're playing, as well as you have to know there's just certain things that you have to be keeping in mind when playing this team that you might not need to know when you're playing a more straightforward team, such as Krillin support. You know, him being able to use him to kind of tank hits and like use blasts here and there, but he's mainly just, like I said, to switch in and to heal. Deborah's kind of odd support abilities as well, lock cards. You got to be able to get your Vantage gauge back a lot with Kaioken Goku. You got to know when the right time is to heal. You got to know when the right time is to use the right units. You know, like I said, if you're up against hybrids, you might want to use, you know, 18 Deborah, because Deborah actually gets a buff against hybrids as well. So there's a lot of different utility in this team. That's, for some reason, more than any other mono team, like just straight mono, I think blue works better than any other. I just feel it. I just feel like the buffs they all give each other are really strong, because it's a lot of attack buffs, and then you get some solid defense buffs from Krillin, Goten, and Trunks as well. But just saying, I just think it's interesting. Like, I really like playing this team. I play this team pretty regularly now, and I do a lot better than I expect. Pretty much the only time I play this team and I'm like, oh shit, like I might be fucked, is if I'm up against like a green heavy team, and that's very rare right now. Sometimes, you know, I think people are starting to catch on to Kappa a little bit, so we might see some more green Vegeta, green Kappa teams, and at that point, this team's gonna have to go probably back into hiding for a little while. But I just think it's awesome, and I think that it's a super cool team, you know, to keep in mind. And I'm gonna post a video of it. Yeah, like right after this, I'll show you myself playing this team, you know, to give you some more information on how it can work in action. Alright, so here we go. Mono blue up against a pretty standard movie team. A lot of people consider this the best movie team right now. It's typically my movie team. So yeah, dude starts off green cooler, because why wouldn't he? Because I'm all blue and he gets some solid hits in on Krillin. I always typically start Krillin because, like I said, Krillin's mainly just going to be used for switching in and out, tanking some hits, maybe like grabbing a blast hit here and there, and for healing. So I want him to possibly, like, maybe take some damage at the beginning and just switch into Goku so he can get the damage buff for Deborah. So anyway, you see him switching a lot. He did switch to cooler. Tried to blast through that tap blast, but just a little bit too late. And he switches back into cooler. Now you see Kaioken Goku, if you're going to get hit by a green a lot, you want it to be Kaioken Goku. That's what's happening right now. He's burning his main ability. He's going fucking in on him, and he is hitting him a lot. But as you can see, he's gonna make it. Just barely, but he is gonna make it, and that's sometimes all you need. I tried to make a rising rush happen there, and it just did not. Anyway, so he has made it out here alive. I go ahead and activate the main ability. I got a clean hit on Brawly, and I've got a full rising rush, so I go ahead and go right into that. Switches into cooler. This is pretty funny too. I picked the super card, so he does the Kaioken attack 3 times. Just bam, just you're back. You're back. Just throw you, man. Looking more like a bitch than Nappa did even. Able to hit that, that's great, so that kills his cooler, so that is going to weaken the green cooler, which is, of course, my primary target. I go ahead and pop the heal with Krillin, because he's taking some hits. Deborah's taking a couple hits, and Kaioken Goku is taking a whole bunch of hits, and he's probably the most important one still to keep alive right now. Bad activation on the main ability, that gave away my approach a little bit too much, and he was able to vanish and hit me with a rising rush. I luckily am able to guess the rising rush, which is a big deal in this match. However, even if he would have hit that, you know, it's possible that I could have maybe made it through this regardless, and that was my mistake anyway, that I got rising rush because of that main ability. So anyway, at this point, I'm pretty much just dancing, just trying to hit him with as much paralyze, which I just did, as possible. I know I'm going to be switching into Krillin. Try to do the solar flare, but did not activate it quick enough. I'm able to get the hit on his. See, Krillin ain't going to do anything, so I switch into Goku, but you see, Goku's doing some damage, you know, and I still have not activated his green card yet, so he's hitting him. He can make it happen. Now, this is very important. So green card, able to get the vanish back. There we go. go ahead and go right back into it. Switch to Deborah, keep dancing around him, just keep tacking on the damage. You know, I've got 3 characters, he's got 2. One of my characters, I don't really care if they live or die, which is Krillin. Especially now that I've used the main ability, but I do want to switch into him to get that buff. So I keep switching, just keep him on his toes. Got my green card, get my vanish back, just pretty much just cycle through this entire thing a few times until this fucking green cooler is gonna die. I mistimed that strike card a little bit, but luckily I was able to go ahead and just initiate this clash, and I won the clash. And he actually switches out from Cooler at that point. He's scared of the Kaioken possibly killing Cooler. And then from there, put the whale on Brawley. Can't use the super card because I've got the green card already activated with Kaioken, and I know if I use the super, then that will pretty much kill Goku. So I do still need him here. Able to use Krillin's super, which is an area of effect attack, to continue to keep Cooler on edge. And then I'm going to switch in and I'm going to finish it with Goku. He's going to be able to kill Cooler, and that is that. So as you can see, kind of a tough team to play, but it works and it's super fun. If these are your only options, or if you're just looking for a fun team to play, Mono Blue is there for you. But anyway, thanks for watching. I will be making more team videos, and so I hope to see you again soon.